Everybody. The Executive has considered how best to arrest the creep of COVID-19 across our communities, and we have heard the sad news that another person has lost their life to COVID today, and I want to offer our sincere condolences to that person's friends and family. And this challenge, of course, is a challenge that we face in common with the rest of the United Kingdom and indeed other nations across the globe. And we have been open and transparent with you about the evolving picture, publishing detailed information on the daily dashboard. And that shows a 20-fold increase in cases here over this last 2 months and a new weekly average of 90 positive cases per day. The medical and scientific evidence is clear that this is a virus that is active in all parts of Northern Ireland. But there are areas where the spread is of particular concern, where the cases are double or treble the average rate for the province. And our challenge in dealing with this virus is to constantly balance a range of factors to reduce the risk of harm on lives and indeed livelihoods. And we are in a much better place now than we were earlier in the year. We have a strong and robust database and an effective track and trace system. And that gives us all a level of certainty and knowledge about how this virus is operating and enables us to have confidence in identifying future patterns and indeed trends. And I want to commend all those public health workers who are delivering that very important service, which frankly is the envy of many other countries. So we have the opportunity now to push down on this rising curve of infection, and we must take that opportunity. We all know that we are facing into the difficult autumn and winter months, which traditionally see pressures on our health services, and our decisions today will protect those services and, we believe, also save lives. It is evident that there are specific geographical regions which have concerning levels of community transmission, and we have agreed a number of limited restrictions which will be put in place in the following postcode areas. Broadly speaking, this is in the town of Ballymena, plus the area covered by BT43, and in the Belfast City Council area, and the areas covered by BT28 and BT29. The medical and scientific advice is that we will see the greatest benefit from focusing on limiting social interactions between households, and that means that in these areas only there will be no mixing of households in private dwellings, with exemptions for bubbling with one other household, caring responsibilities including childcare, essential maintenance, supported living arrangements, visits required for legal or medical purposes, or marriage or civil partnerships where one partner is terminally ill. And no more than 6 people are to gather in a private garden from no more than 2 households. Now, these restrictions will come into legal force from next week, but we're asking people living in these areas to take action immediately. Don't wait for the regulations. Protect yourself and protect others now. And by playing your part, you can help stop the spread. These measures will be in place for no longer than is necessary, and we really do want to say that to you, and we're going to review them in the next 2 weeks. We're also making some recommendations to people living in those postcode areas that they will seek to limit unnecessary travel beyond the area where the additional local restrictions apply, and indeed to minimise visits to care homes and hospitals in those areas. Further guidance will also be provided to health and care workers in respect of social interactions outside of the workplace. We believe what we are proposing today is a proportionate and a measured approach to very specific issues that exist currently in identified locations. The Executive has also considered today the current restrictions on leisure and hospitality sectors and followed detailed engagement with the sector and indeed other stakeholders. A range of robust mitigation measures have been identified. And I want to thank all of those who have participated in that process, and I welcome the honest, and the strong partnership which you have taken. Now, we are satisfied that opening dates can now be set for those businesses, as we previously indicated, the 14th of September for soft play businesses, and that's ratified today. And then an indicative date of the 21st of September, that has been agreed for the reopening of bars which do not offer food. And I know that some will understandably ask, on a day when we are setting new restrictions in some postcode areas, why we can give dates to lift other restrictions. And I want to say this, that at the moment the villain is not business, where customers' behaviours are regulated. It is in our homes. It is the house party, it is the dinner party, it is the few people coming around for drinks or a coffee. So complacency is our enemy, and it costs lives, and therefore today it is important that we say to you that compliance is all important. We've set up a new ministerial-led group to consider compliance and enforcement of the regulations, and that's going to represent a concerted effort to ensure that everyone follows the letter and indeed the spirit of the law. So I'm saying now to everyone in Northern Ireland, whether you're a customer or a business owner, a worker or an employer, a friend or a family member, please think carefully about your actions. Ensure you do the right thing to protect yourself and to protect others, and keep washing your hands regularly and often. Maintain social distancing, and where it's not possible, wear a face covering. Can I also join with the Minister of Education in welcoming the Chief Medical Officer's guidance to the parents and carers of school children should they develop COVID-19 symptoms? And let me finish by saying very clearly that I am very proud of how the people of Northern Ireland have responded over this last 6 months by pulling together. Despite heartache and hardship, countless lives have been saved. And our path through this pandemic may not be straight, but I am confident that we can keep moving through recovery and towards a renewal of our way of life. And we are all in this together, and so we have to stay safe and save lives.